In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to properly dress your bookshelf. How do we decorate a bookshelf? There's spiky ones, there's one with holes, there's just so many options. So how do we know how to decorate a bookshelf? What we want to do is start off with the larger pieces, and maybe there's a specific color that you're liking that you want to display. I would start off with one piece that you like. In this case, we're going to be using this piece. And we're going to create a look based upon gradual of piecing them together. You don't want to overwhelm yourself with a bunch of little pieces. And so what I typically do is gather all the pieces that you'd like to use, and then you want to narrow down based off of the pieces that you like. Say this jar, which is great, and we want to leave that aside, and then we want to look at the other pieces that may go well with it. Maybe we'll add in a little bit of gold right beside it. And maybe we want to bring in the same color but in a different form, so then maybe it's this jar. And all the other pieces that you may not use, keep them aside, because what you don't want is a cluttered bookshelf. You want clean lines, less is more, bigger but few pieces. So let's jump right in. So here's what we came up with. Now, some of these objects you can probably find at your nearest Marshalls or Ross. They are a little bit more affordable, and it's easier to kind of play with them, because if you didn't like them, you can always end up returning them and switching it out for something else. I started off with the pieces that looked a little bit more substantial. So we said we were going to pick this piece first, right? Then I looked at another size that was similar, so that would be this little bird cage. So then I put it close by together. The idea is that you want to group things together instead of just pushing it off to the side, unless you are storing books, which I'll show you in a second on how to address that. You want more space where everything is open and spaced out rather than cluttered. So you'll see here each of those boxes, and you can place books underneath it. You want to use even an odd number per shelf as a rule of thumb. So here you have 2 items, 3 items. I did 3 again because there was a lot of them, and so I didn't know where to put it. So then we move over to this side, assuming there's books there and books at the bottom, and then you have your wicker baskets from the bottom. If you have too many things, don't feel forced to use all of your pieces. And so the reason why I would use a horizontal piece rather than, let's say, another bowl that was a different size is because this is what happens. You end up with that. Because it's the same size, it kind of gets lost. And so you want to pick a different object that has a different size that offsets the object that is in the back. And also I think this color brings out the gold banding in this vase, which I think works out just fine. And I like the way that the vase is pushed off to the side just to give it a little bit of juxtaposition. Here was a little bit more of like your earthy objects. You have your bird decor with your greenery, and then to bring out the pop of color, to tie it back into the shelf, because you want to balance the color on both sides of the shelf. So you have the vase colored there, and then you want to repeat the color again using a different object. You would offset it with a different texture to repeating a different finish, whether it's gold or silver, and so this pineapple worked perfectly. If we added picture frames and books to go underneath some of the objects that it's intended for, it would give it more of a complete and full look. And there you have it. Comment down below. And don't forget to smash the like button. If you're new to my YouTube channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below so you'll get weekly notifications on interiors, fashion, and entrepreneurship. Peace.